Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel. You're watching Miguel EDC, the channel where we talk everything EDC gear here. And today we're checking out a Molsect knife. This one just came in and it looks like we're looking at the Molsect Soar pocket folding knife. So let's go ahead and dive in here, right? We recently just did an unboxing on the Coastline. Check out the unboxing on that one if you haven't already. We'll go ahead and bring it back here during the size comparison portion of the video. But right off the bat, this is looking like a different box. Most Molsects come in a box that looks like this, so this one is definitely unique and interesting. Let's go ahead and see what the Soar is all about. All right, here we go. All right, first things first, it's actually sealed, so go ahead and make an incision here and an incision right there. All right, definitely got a more unboxing, premium feel unboxing to it. There we go. Come on now, kind of like unboxing an iPhone. And another thing that Molsect also does really good here is the sort of leather pouch that you get with every knife. All right, got this Molsect grain here with the embossed logos and font. Looking pretty premium again. And then here's everything in the knife here, everything in the box. So we have, except the knife, which we'll get to in a moment, a wiping cloth right there. We have some silica gel. We have the Molsect, join the Molsect movement, or everything you want to know about their brand right there. If you guys want to pause, you're more than welcome to. We do have a paracord in here. So they do send you or give you some additional paracord, which is pretty interesting. I'm personally not a lanyard person myself, but hey, I could use a little bit of paracord on the side. And here is, you know, just a nice, cool thing to have whenever you need it. And here is the Molsect debut year, kind of like a pin magnet going on. So that's looking pretty epic. Let me just take it out here so you guys can see it in all of its glory. All right, there you go. So that's looking pretty nice. Nice little additional detail. They didn't necessarily have to do that, but they did, and we are appreciative of them for doing so. Nice little additional touch there. And of course, here is the knife, ladies and gentlemen. Let's take a look at this thing. Let's find out what the Soar is all about. So, first things first, this is interesting. It kind of gives me vibes a little bit of the Coastline that we just looked at, right? So, we kind of give you a zoom in, right? You guys be the judge there, right? Maybe side by side. That might be too zoomed in, right? Check them out right here next to each other. So I'm seeing a little bit of similarity. At least the outline is pretty much the same. You do have a little bit feel G10 on here, but even this, you know, curvature here is somewhat the same milling lines, pretty much the same. And then if I turn it around, you do get a different pocket clip though. And keep in mind, this one's all solid G10 handles, whereas this guy, it looks like it might be, is this carbon fiber? It's looking like carbon fiber there for sure. And it is absolutely titanium, ladies and gentlemen. So titanium there on the liners. So this is the crazy part. So titanium on the handles, but the pocket clip is stainless steel. So I'm not sure why that is. I mean, you would think that the pocket clip would have been titanium as well. But again, no pull here on the scales. But yeah, for the most part, some interesting similarities I'm seeing. The blade does have, you know, a few differences, right? Kind of goes up a little bit taller here. It has an opening hole for additional deployment option. There's even a curvature here on the blade that you don't see on the Coastline. So again, some similarities and some differences. We'll come back to this guy in a moment here. But yeah, kind of digging the whole DNA of the sort of diagonal lines kind of carried into the pocket clip. And if you guys are ready, I'm ready. Let's go ahead and get this thing deployed. Here we go. Bam. All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. What kind of steel are we working with here? S35VN. All right, that's looking pretty good. It's going to be a frame lock knife. So we do have good access to that lock bar, by the way. All right, nice and easy to disengage. Push it down into the left. And let's check the lock up here, right, with the 5X zoom. That is looking pretty interesting, about what, halfway there, 50%, 45, something like that. We do have a steel insert for steel on steel contact, which is always better for longevity, right, as compared to titanium on steel contact. And we have an opening hole on this one now. Thumb deployment works pretty good with that opening hole. I'm trying to calibrate for the reverse flick. There we go. It definitely requires you give it the beans. Yeah, I'm going to have to work on it here a little bit because it is actually a little bit of a stiffer, stronger D10, it feels like. All right, there we go. Yeah, definitely has some strength to it. That D10 right there is no joke. So good action there so far. Now, the one thing this one has, which I said the same thing about the Coastline, check out that unboxing if you haven't already, is it does have a late D10. So you have to, you know, if you drop the actual flipper on your thumb, you have to make it past that just to be able to, you know, close it. Like it's actually a shake shutter, if you would. So that's something to keep in mind. It's a little bit of a late D10. We do have a jump flipper, so light switching it works pretty good. And then push buttoning it. Let's see, I did fail the push button a few times, I think, on the other model, but there we go. Yeah, even with very little effort, you're still getting it deployed. So flipper works good, right? The opening hole, though, mainly for the thumb deployment, works good. The reverse flick, though, does require you give it some force, that's for sure. And I do like the additional deployment methods, right? The Coastline only had the flipper deployment and flipper deployment only, right? This one you have the opening hole, which is nice. So checking out the ergos here, ergos feel pretty good. That flipper works as your finger guard. All other fingers follow suit. The pocket clip itself actually works pretty nice and comfortable. It is not the deepest carry pocket clip, but about that much of the knife will show out of your pocket, and it's not reversible. Something to keep in mind there, but it is surprisingly very comfortable. So I'll give it a good 9.5 out of 10 right there. And here's some jimping on the blade there, right, for more control of your cut. A very interesting sort of shell construction, right, clamshell construction back here. The liners, which I guess we can double check here as well, those are titanium, right? So titanium going on all around on this bad boy, except the pocket clips. I don't know why they didn't just make the pocket clip titanium as well, but yeah, definitely very interesting clamshell construction there. Kind of gives you integral vibes without being an integral, and then you still got some holes there. Even this section right here where these two connect, it looks like a standoff. It's actually cut right down the middle there, and that's probably where you would connect your lanyard if you wanted to use a lanyard with this knife. Checking out the blade here, I almost forgot to talk about the blade. So we said S35VN earlier. It has this sort of gray finish to it, or gray coat on it. Kind of gives you like a tumble finish look to it. Flat grind with a little bit of a switch here, right? I would say this is, typically it would be like a clip point blade. Again, it's very interesting how they make this kind of curvature right here, which the Coastline doesn't have. And that's perfect for you placing your thumb there. If you want to be more, have more control if you're slicing, cutting, right? You can definitely use that to your advantage. I mean, I'm sure they were trying to differentiate the two models a tad bit there. So that's something to keep in mind. So other than that, I mean, action is pretty good, right? All things considered that we've talked about. That late D10 will be the one thing that I would personally have to get used to. But yeah, let's go ahead and do size comparison time here. Again, next to this is the Soar, this is the Coastline. And again, you can see the similarities there and the differences. Here is the Orbit, right? These are Orbit I got a chance to check out here in the channel some time ago. So there you go. I was going to be a little bit shorter of an EDC knife. And of course, in the total end, opposite end of the spectrum, we have the Jungle, right? Jungle is definitely lengthier there in size, no doubt about it. And again, I will have all these linked down below if you guys want to check the prices, availability, variants, and all that good stuff. Let's do the typical ones here in the channel. There's your MSI. Here is your stitch from Microtech. Those are obviously going to be lengthier in size, no doubt about it. Here's the Spyderco PM2 right there. That's going to be a slightly larger knife. Here is the Para 3. Take a look at that. Para 3 is going to be just a little bit shorter. You guys be the judge there. Here's the Demko AD 20.5. It's going to be a little bit shorter. The chat is going to be a little bit longer, as you can see. And coming back to the budget end of things, there is your Tenable Fenrir. Here's the CJRB Pyrite Light. So it's going to be somewhere in between those two, right, size-wise. I do have content on all these knives as well, so if you want to check unboxing, overview, reviews, etc., just put the knife name Miguel EDC on the search box and you'll find those videos right away. There's the Vosteed Corgi and the Fintiso Parrot as well, right? Very affordable, very recommendable, and hopefully you own some of these knives as well, right? That will give you more or less a ballpark where this guy lands. Now, time to put this S35V in. You can almost barely see it, right? It's actually printed right there in white, but it's so faded, right? You definitely have to squint your eyes and look really hard. Otherwise, you get a pretty clean. I mean, let's be honest, you get a pretty clean billboard-free blade. I do dig their pivot logo, which is nice, and they didn't have to put Molsect on the pocket clip here as they do with their more budget knives. So that's definitely a plus there. I definitely dig that. So there we go. Piece of paper here from a textbook, right? Let's zoom in for the drama here for additional ASMR. Yeah, definitely going to cut through that paper with no issues there, right? Boom, bam. You can even do some, cutting here, like turning the knife around and making all kinds of cuts like that. Now that's how you know a knife is sharp, if it can do the little wave cutting or whatnot. So that's good. Boom, bam. Every knife should be able to cut that piece of paper, right? That's not a huge achievement, but you'll be surprised. That's why I like to do this basic testing here, just to be on the safe side and share with you guys what the experience is like. A piece of cardboard here, nothing fancy, single wall. Piece of cardboard. Remember, when cutting cardboard, don't cut perpendicular but at an angle. So it's going to look like this. Again, flat grind. I've got good grip here. Hand on the jimping section. Bang, boom, bada boom. That even comes with sound effects and everything. And yeah, it's actually going to cut through that cardboard like nobody's business. And yeah, it's pretty much like nothing happened here. You guys rate this edge on a scale from 1 through 10, right? How sharp is it out of the box, right? You guys let me know. Well, there you guys have it. That is the Molsect Soar. I will be giving this knife away to one of you guys, a lucky winner. Here's what you need to do to enter the giveaway. Just go ahead and put a comment down below. Let me know what you like about this knife, what you love about it, what you dislike about it. One comment will be an entry. You do not have to comment more than once, right? One comment and one comment only will give you an entry to go ahead and win this knife when I do the giveaway draw here towards, I want to say sometime probably closer to the end of March, probably first or second week of April. Really depends on when I get this video uploaded. I want it to be up in the channel for at least, you know, 2 to 3 weeks for it to get at least the most amount of reach possible, and that way you guys can comment and enter to win. So again, just comment something down below. I mean, it could be anything about this knife. What do you enjoy about this channel the most? Any sort of feedback, comment, question, concern. One comment will qualify you for an entry, and again, you do not have to comment more than once. So you also want to make sure you are subscribed to the channel and do smash that like button, right, to qualify. So those are the 3 things: be subscribed to the channel, like this video, and leave me a comment down below. Those will be your qualifications for the giveaway. Again, no purchase necessary. I will be giving this one away to you guys. One lucky winner win this knife. So I'm excited for that. One of the first giveaways here in the channel, so that's always good. Really excited to give back to the community, give back to you guys who have been supporting me here in my EDC journey for the last 2.5 years or so. So thank you all so much. Definitely be on the lookout. I will be announcing the winner here via the community tab once I do the draw for this knife. So if you're interested, you want to test your odds, I definitely recommend you enter. I want to give a huge shout out to Molsect for sending this one in for me to check out and share with you guys. And a huge shout out to my Patreon supporters and channel members for supporting what I do here. You guys are awesome. Love and appreciate each and every single one of you. Check out that video to another Molsect knife right there to the left, or this video YouTube recommends to the right. If you made it to the end, you're the real MVP. Thank you so much for your love and support. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video, either this one or this one. Peace.